You guys.
And if you care to hear that Swanee River, and if you care to hear that Swanee River play, cool time, come on here, come on here.
It was really good. It was really good. It wasn't convincing. Were you kind of watching that side at all when they were doing it? Okay, that's fine. Then you have to make that. It needs to be so convincing that I know that I am about to turn some sort of wild corner to a party. And I don't mean volume. You understand that? Okay.
And if you care to hear, and if you care to hear that Swanee River play, cool time, come on here, come on here. Alexander's ragtime band, red hot, cool jazz, moving along, yeah, come on.
Excellent. There's the next place. The red hot cool jazz will give it everything we got. I see it, I hear it, it's almost out of control, which is actually not a bad thing, as long as it stays the same. It's just that right after that, we're in recovery. We go out for oxygen. Moving along, and this is where the inconsistencies of our A-line is shown. Because it's right there, at that juncture, moving along, it's like I just told you, musically, I just told you the best joke you've ever heard. I delivered it with spunk and pizzazz. I'm exhausted. No. You do that, and then you say to them musically and lyrically, by the way, I'm still on. You understand? It has to have that kind of heart going on. There's no letting down her. Speaking of, ready?
And if you care to hear that Swanee River play, cool time, come on here, come on here. Alexander's ragtime band, red hot, cool jazz, moving along, yeah, come on here, come here, let me take you.
You feel that just a subtle difference there. When we get to this place, I always feel like this is the party. The party is on at this little spot right after the red hot business. The party is on, and I don't hear the freedom in our sound. I see it on your faces, but I don't hear it in the sound. So I trust that we've clinked down on our little off space, and we are no longer getting refreshed breath. So there needs to be one built in. For me, it's in choreography. It's like one of the moves has to do with and doing another. So that I'm really refreshed with my air instead of just hanging on for dear life. Red hot, red hot. No, let's do the whole thing. Here. Yes, with the pickup.
And if you care to hear that Swanee River play.
I'm going to add a layer here. There's this thing about tempo. We're always talking about tempo. And what I personally feel about tempo is, yes, it's the driving of the beats. What I often feel, though, with our singers, with lots of our singers, is that the beats are like riveted into the earth. And bear in mind, I'm not talking beginning stuff here, but instead of this kind of approach, tear to here, that's one. What if those little downbeats that we need to have to pulse, what if those were like on slippery ground, if you will? So that there's no, in other words, technically speaking, what I'm asking us to do is send air through the whole phrase, instead of just aiming at the downbeat. Make sense? So, we're going to do here, and it's like every downbeat is going like a slippery slope.
And if you care to hear that Swanee River.
Some people's slips are a little faster than others. That was the idea. In my mind, when I listen to this kind of thing, I hear in our best groups, is in an uptune, we forget that there's forward motion. We just think drive the tempo, drive for speed, go for speed. When there's forward motion, and the forward motion is how we put the air in those beats, in those pulses, that propels us forward. Here we go.
And if you can't hear that Swanee River playing, cool time, come on here, come on here. Alexander's right by that, red hot, cool gas, moving along, yeah, come on here, and take you by the hand to the man, the leader of the band. I really wanna hear that.
One of those places, instead of that really wanna, we can still be in sync and hit those downbeats with, I don't know how to describe it. I think of the time I fell on the tennis court and I was taking a lesson and I did a slip slide. That's voice. Yeah, 3 months ago, way up. Huh? Yes, very much like that, but with more substance, but still, so that there's air that moves over the downbeats instead of just at them. Leader. I knew what it was though. Here we go, leader.
Leader of the band.
We all know that those are supposed to be da-da-da-da-da-da, but what if that first pulse was on a slippery place? Instead of leader up. In other words, our air is stopping on the pulses, and I want it to sing through them. Here we go.
Leader of the band. I really wanna hear that.
Yes, that was so good. Do you feel that? And it needs to be in sync, and it'll be so good. Yes.
Leader of.
Do not be afraid. I know it's supposed to be softer, but it isn't hold back the air until I feel it being louder, is it? Okay, get that air moving right away. Go.
Leader of the band. I really wanna hear that Swanee River calling.
Guess what? Same thing. I think it's really hard to grow, get really loud, but we can certainly put air through